You look at that group of guys here, and you're damn proud.
Oh, yeah. It's a pleasure to be around them. You know, we have differences, like all individuals, but I look at the blue group, and that's what I can call it. Those guys are all heroes in my mind, every one of them. So,
But of course, they'll easily take the
yeah.
the title of hero, won't they?
No, none of them will. I mean, we did what they pay us to do. That's how it works.
They pay you to do this, though?
Oh yeah, we get paid like football stars, and no, that's not it. But that's how it works. I mean, this is the oath we took. This is what we do. You become a cop for a reason. This is the reason. You know, helping people is the primary function. No matter what or how cheesy it may sound, why are you a cop? To help people. So, no, you just put people in jail. Yeah, but there's a whole lot of people you don't ever hear about that I help. So.
That night's pretty transformative, I guess, in a variety of ways, whether it just be sort of personally, emotionally, professionally. What sticks out?
Yeah, I don't think anybody who responded to that theater in any way, shape, or form walked away the same person. It's impossible. We see trauma, we see heartache, death, destruction on a daily basis. I mean, that's what we do. But the volume of this night was just beyond your senses. It is the biggest scene I'd ever been to. I'd been to multiple scenes before, but I'm thinking this is way out of hand. It's bigger than I can imagine.
This was the highest body count when you combine deaths and injuries of any shooting in the United States up to that point.
Yeah, mass casualty fit this perfectly. I remember hearing the call thinking, shooting at the Aurora Mall, okay, I've been to a number of them, not a big deal, we'll handle it. And then more callers, and then more callers. And I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna be bad. Because we do have a mass casualty situation going on. We have an active shooter who is intent on killing people. So we need to be there as quickly as possible. Because our job is basically respond to the sound of gunfire, neutralize that threat. That's what we get paid to do, make an end.
And you neutralize that threat. You're still worried about a second shooter. But then you've got a lot of victims around, just laying around.
Yeah, so you've got everything at once. You've got the tactical aspect of, I was pretty sure we had our shooter. I'm thinking he's it. Instructed one of the officers to ask just to make sure, not that he's going to tell, but still the thought process is any layoff man could take care of us, any secondary device, the vehicles we're standing next to, and now throw in 30, 40, 50 victims coming at you. Yeah, that just increases what's going on.
Is there a moment inside that theater where you sort of stop being a cop for a moment and start being like I can't believe this just happened?
Oh, that's there constantly. I can tell you that during the chaos, when we're getting people out triaging them, probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes into it, we're taking people out. I'd made a number of trips already, checking on the triage folks at the back door. I went in and the gas hit me again, because every time it's like a new effect for the most part. And I go, I have got to get out of here. I've got to leave. So what I did was I said, I'm gonna go prop open the front doors, which was wonderful. I went to the front doors, propped them open, and had maybe a minute of normal quiet, somewhat, because there's officers running all over. But I had about a minute to regroup, get myself back together, and then go back in. So, yeah, that was a human moment. I needed to get out of there. And that's what I got, and it worked out for me. I was able to go back in and continue on doing what I do.
How many hours did you spend in that theater that night?
I was probably in the first 3 guys that arrived, and I left that morning around 7:30. I had officers assigned to the interior of the theater while the bomb squad cleared the exit. You know, I picked 2 guys, I said, you're in here, and they were in here the whole time. I'd check on them as much as I could, got yelled at a couple times by the bomb squad guys, stay away from that area. Okay, I'll be right out of it. I mean, because my thought process was if there was a bomb, it would have already gone off. So it's just a secondary sweeper, a clearance that, okay, we'll do it, but I'm not real concerned.
How are you different?
I'm sorry?
How are you different?
I think I mentioned earlier, just you tend to take life for granted a lot of times. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, and I'd look at it going, call A, call B, call C. This one comes along, and then suddenly, wow, things change that quick. We all know that, but on this biggest scale, you notice it affects you. You know, I hug my grandkids tighter. I respect my family more the time we have. That's really important, because I'm thinking people went to that movie, had no idea that their life was changing forever.
You said earlier, you said every time you talk about it, it makes it a little better.
It does make it better. There was a time that I couldn't bring it up without stopping or getting emotional. Now I still get emotional. It's there. It's just not as raw. It's not as painful. Like I said, there isn't a day goes by that I don't think about that theater in one way, shape, form, or another, through reminders of driving past the way on the way to work, or walking into my district and see Veronica's picture on the wall. That was tough for quite a while. And now it's kind of like, good morning. It's a ritual.
Now, you guys, you've talked about it with, you know, family and friends. Talking about it publicly, is that a little strange, doing this?
Oh, this is totally foreign. But I think this is probably also one of the best things that can happen. There are so many people that still don't talk about it, that still don't release it. It's their private demon, and it haunts them. Whether they admit to it or not, it does. And being able to verbalize it doesn't make it seem so strong, or so painful, maybe.
Is this a changed police department because of this?
I can't say we're changed. I think that APD is probably the finest organization out here. Just the training, the people. We're not that giant city that you know, everybody forgets why you're here. We're still in the same boat, and that's to help people. And I think this experience showed that it can happen here. You know, we're not immune from the problems of the big city. What can happen anywhere? So I think we're a better department for it. I think we've learned. I think the people are still around that went through it, still pass that on to others, which is good. But I see a lot of new guys coming in and have no clue. They'll go, "Oh, so you were at the theater?" "Yeah." "Oh, I was still in high school," which is, I get that a lot anyway. But yeah, so I think it helped the city. Unfortunately, it's not the kind of help that we ever ask for, as far as having an incident make us and shape us. But
you talk about how that picture, having that picture of Veronica, you really wanted to make sure that she wasn't just there. Why did you make that decision? I
can tell you that when I came in the back door and someone had carried her down, an officer had carried her down to the front just so they could get to the people who needed assistance up top. I walked in there and she's laying there, and I thought, this child, what the hell is this child doing here? Because I'd been dealing with adults, and it was the first child I'd saw. I reached down and saw the bullet wound, felt for a pulse. There was none. I could tell she was dead. I've been doing this long enough. And I remember seeing Sergeant Hawkins, officer then, just saying, "Get her out of here. Take her out. Triage her. Get her out of here. She's not staying here."
Why? Why'd you do that?
No child is going to stay in that scene. It was horrific enough without having my officer step over the body of a little girl right at the rear door. That's just not going to happen. Should she have stayed there? Yeah, by protocol, probably, but no.
Why is her picture up?
She wanted to be a police officer apparently, and they had a ceremony and awarded her an honorary police officer. So her picture's up on the wall. Remember the first time I saw it, I'm thinking, "Oh, thank you. I need this." But now it's kind of like a ritual. I say it every morning, so it's not that bad. It helps. So.